Let's recap a few I do words, as in I want or I can. You don't have to write these down, just work them out in your head, but don't guess them either. If you're not sure, then go back and look them up or wait for the answer, but don't guess. So what is I have? Tengo. I want. Quiero. I can. Puedo. Now we know that to live is vivir. We've just seen that. To live, vivir. What do you think I live will be? I live. Vivo. Vivo. It ends in O, just like the other I do words. I have ends in O, tengo. I want, quiero, ends in O. Puedo, I can, ends in O. And now vivo ends in O. All we do is we take off the last two letters, we take off the IR, and we add our O, vivo, I live. We also learnt that to say I don't know is no sé. And we learnt to say to know, the full verb to know was saber. We also learnt if we want to say I must, as in I have to do something, we say tengo que, I have to, and then the full verb, tengo que hacerlo, I have to do it. And of course, if it was going to be you have to do it, it would be tienes que hacerlo. We also saw a very straightforward way of talking about the future, about saying what you're going to do. Because I'm going to is voy a. So I'm going to see is voy a ver. And you are going to, or if it's a question, are you going to, is vas a. Vas a. Okay, so let's move on with lesson 4. There are lots of words that end in I, B, L, E in Spanish that are exactly the same as the English, except the pronunciation's slightly different. So for example, terrible is terrible. Horrible is horrible. Exactly the same, except with horrible we don't pronounce the H. Possible is posible. And the only difference there is that there is just one S. You don't see very many double letters in Spanish. So using that, how would we say it's impossible to do it? It's impossible to do it. Remember the word for it is es. Es imposible hacerlo. Es imposible hacerlo. It's impossible to do it. How would we say, I can't see it. It's invisible. No puedo verlo. Es invisible. No puedo verlo. Es invisible. Let's recap a few of the you do words. What words you have? Tienes. You want. Quieres. You can. Puedes. What do you think you know will be? Just to remind you, to know is saber, but what will you know be? And the clue is to look at the last two letters of the other verbs we just looked at, the other you do words, where we looked at you have is tienes, you want is quieres, you can is puedes. So what will you know be? Sabes. Sabes. S-A-B-E-S. So if sabes is you know, how will we say you know why I can't do it? You know why I can't do it. Sabes por qué no puedo hacerlo. Sabes por qué no puedo hacerlo. And what about, do you know when I can see him? Remember that do you know is the same as you know. So do you know when I can see him? ¿Sabes cuándo puedo verle? ¿Sabes cuándo puedo verle? And what about, do you know if it's possible to see him today? Do you know if it's possible to see him today? ¿Sabes si es posible verle hoy? ¿Sabes si es posible verle hoy? The word for to live is vivir. Vivir. Spelled V-I-V-I-R. Vivir. And you will notice that we're pronouncing the V like a B, like a B. So it's vivir. Vivir. To live. How would you say, I want to live in Spain? I want to live in Spain. And if you've forgotten the word for in, it's N, spelled E-N. Quiero vivir en España. Quiero vivir en España.